Lanzer.
How does it feel to have the limelight stolen by Lanzer?
I don't mind. He deserves it.
He deserves it.
The guy's a saint. I love him. He's one of my all-time favorite people. I think I've known him like a million years, and yeah, it's like kind of knowing like Jesus in a way, except
whoa! It's like knowing Lanzer is like knowing Jesus.
Like Asian Jesus. I don't know. He's a really humble guy, and he's just really chill. He's a great friend, Always
all
gives
right,
you
guys.
good presents at Christmas.
Guys, I need to see the meme. All right, and it's a picture of Lanzer.
Oh no,
and it says Asian Jesus.
No, all right, maybe not. I don't know. I said it's too late. It's in there. It's in the void.
It's too late. It's there. It's on the internet now.
Okay.
All right. I want to say hi to the people we have in chat. Root, Morgan, Ladi, welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Shelby, Vinona. See you guys.
y'all.
Allison, Natalia, welcome.
Cool.
Okay. First question that I know is just burning on people's mind. All right. This is by, I don't know how to pronounce this one. Ovion.
Obadion?
It's OV8ION.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the question. What's behind the mask?
How did he know I was going to be wearing a mask? Well, all right. The only way to answer what's behind the mask is to take
off the mask. Here we go, guys. Taking off the mask.
Oh, it's another mask. All right.
She's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, there's another mask.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Of course. Was it obvious?
All right, cool. So.
All right, I do have hair. Yeah, sorry.
So before we get to the questions that we have from the thread, and that's where we're getting these questions, guys. You guys in the chat right now, I want to take a question from the chat. Is there anyone in the chat that has a question?
Oh, yeah, we can do live questions?
Yeah, we can do a live one.
Oh, that's true.
See if there's anything in the live chat.
We can see your chat. It's kind of like reading a teleprompter. I feel like Trump right now.
So many jokes, but I'm going to leave it at that. So now...
Was I supposed
Poor
to
Lanzer
be
was by himself.
Was I supposed to be at Otakon? No, I wasn't supposed to be at Otakon, but I guess they always want me to go. I just like sneak away into a corner of the office and grab a table leg. Hang on for dear life.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Ooh, Gasai.
Look, Deb says, will you take off your glasses?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet, he says. Not yet.
Let's see how much money you guys spend.
Whoa, Roseanne! What? Yeah! Look, Roseanne. Who is that? Roseanne, yeah. Who's this Roseanne? Oh, she bought the gift card! Yeah!
Wait, what? Is that for real?
That's what it says. That's what it says.
Wait, is that my wife?
That's what it looks like. So if you guys don't know.
All right, so I am married to a woman named Roseanne Yip. She was one of our users, one of our fellow creators, I guess. I mean, because she came on real early. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we just knew each other as like fans and whatnot, or fans of each other's art. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she came on to work at Gaia. Years after that, we ended up getting married, and I guess now she just shows up in chat and wins the item. So that can't be her.
Can't be her, huh? Are you in denial right now?
I sort of. Wait, Rosie? Is that you? All right. What's the name of our baby? If it's really you.
Okay. Oh! So ultimate test. What's the name of the baby?
What's the name of our baby? Roseanne.
Is it you? Is it an imposter? Has the account been hacked? What's happening?
Let's see the depth of this stalking. Like, is this real? Is this real? My baby is she just turned 4 months old now.
Yeah.
And she's a handful. I call her the goblin.
The goblin, huh?
Yeah, she's a real piece of work. I'll bring her on the show sometime. You guys have fun with her.
Oh yeah. All right, so now let's get to a question from the thread. Let's see who we got here. From Aruga.
Locke's wife is a troll.
So true.
Oh, man.
Okay, so from Aruga L0cke, who happens to be Natalia, how did Locke choose his username?
Okay, that one's pretty easy. Okay. So back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember, there was an old manga called like X 1999 and Chobits and all those, and those were drawn by an artist group called Clamp, and I was like man, I really need a name like Clamp, you know, because I was drawing a lot of comics back then, and I just kind of wanted that cool Japanese sounding, you know, like obscure comic creator name. And, you know, obviously I was playing a lot of Final Fantasy at the time, and there was that character Locke, and then it was just like, okay, so I got that name Locke. I think I like it. I think it's cool. I like that character a lot, but then I needed to, like, kind of put that clamp kind of thing on it, and so I threw in that 0, and yeah.
Okay,
and then things, like, worked out. One thing led to another, and I was just like, oh, yeah. And I kind of stuck with that name for a while.
So how many of you guys are out there that have your, like, you chose your username based on, like, an anime or some, like, Asian theme that you enjoy? I'm curious to hear that.
It's gotta be everyone.
It's gotta be everyone. One would hope, right? One would hope. I know my own username came from Azumanga Daioh. That's how I came up with mine.
Oh, all right. Azumanga is amazing.
Azumanga is so awesome.
Are you a Chio-chan fan?
Yes.
She's great.
Totally.
Those pigtails, they're like sentient. They
do their own thing. Do their own thing.
She's great. Oh, of course, you know.
Oh, Kiana agrees. Nice.
You know, Gasai is a really kind of crazy character. If you look up that name on YouTube, you'll understand.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
she's psycho, man. I hope the real, you know, is a little more calm.
All right, let's get another question from the thread.
Oh.
Princess of Cakes. Question for both. Are you against pineapple as a toppings on a pizza, and why?
Ooh. You want to take that one first?
I'll take it first. I'm not against it, but if I had to choose a preference, I would rather not have the pineapple there. The citrus kind of counters the meat flavor, which I very much enjoy on a pizza.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throws the cheese off just a little bit, you know. So I'll eat it if it's there. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But if I had a preference, if I could choose which I would go to first, it would be without the pineapple.
All right. Well, mine is actually pretty easy because I'm not super into pineapple on its own.
Okay.
So when it contaminates my pizza, that's just a whole nother story, man. It's like, you're not allowed. You know, you get up out of here. And also, I think, you know, Narumi is like seeing me do this where I will go in and actually I put a lot of, see my shirt?
Oh, yeah. Show them your shirt. Go ahead. Yeah. You can stand up and show them the shirt.
So Sriracha is a way of life. And I pretty much put that on everything in home and everything here at work now that we have a bottle here. And I'm almost done with the bottle, but yeah, I put it on the pizza as well. So
Locke solely is going through this bottle of Sriracha.
Well, yeah, I got a little help. We got a few other converts, you know, to the religion here. Oh, we got some Sriracha lovers here. Everybody else in this chat like that Sriracha. The spicy life.
So going back to the live chat, is there another question? You guys, someone want to throw up another question that we can try to answer here from the live chat?
We could try.
Yeah, let's see.
No guarantees. No guarantees.
No guarantees. Yeah, we don't promise we'll answer, but if it's good.
Don't push the boundaries here, man. You know, we got personal limits. Yeah, that's why I wear the mask, eh? See what you got. Hit me with your worst.
Says, why does your
you
profile...
guys are awful. Pineapple on pizza equals code.
So Rutri asks, why does your profile not have an Abby on it? I guess, is there no avatar on your profile?
Oh, what? Are you talking about my profile on Gaia? Because on my screen, when I load it up, I have like a 20-foot tall avatar on my profile.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you not seeing my profile the way I see it? No, because mine's all loaded up. I got a custom wallpaper on there. I think I got some crappy music playing, and I got a 20-foot tall avatar of myself on it.
Okay.
At least that's what I see when I load it up. And I checked that thing like last week.
Oh, look at that. Banana. Very well done. Very well done. All right. So wait. Would you hug Asian Jesus? Would you hug Asian Jesus?
Oh, I've hugged him. He was actually one of the best men at my wedding.
Okay.
So I had a really nice long hug with him there, and we were both wearing suits. It was great. But
would you say it was an intimate hug?
Oh, you know, let's not go that far. It was, you know, completely platonic, you know, as much as you can be.
Whoa. I'm not suggesting it. Just say, were you guys close? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I could... You know, he's resting his breast on my chest. You know, it was good. We had a good time.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the thread.
Vinota, congrats on that win there.
That was awesome. Yeah, very
good
well done.
stuff.
All right, so Silently Wishful says, "What is your favorite item on Gaia? Where do you hang out the most on Gaia?" So there's 2 questions.
Okay. For part 1, my favorite item on Gaia. You know, I really like Fausto's bottle. It was one of ETH's items. You guys might know her as Elda, the artist of Thousand Skies, and she did kind of like an evolving item of like this unicorn that was kind of coming out of the bottle. But it was like back in that day, like she was one of the artists who like really kind of started pushing just the really kind of like soft color schemes, and just this really like gentle feel. And I just love that item. She would put so much detail kind of into her pixeling, and compared to like the items that I was doing at the time, I was working on like the Death Whisper item I was mentioning to you before. That was my first evolving item. And mine was just like so brutal and kind of like jagged and really like kind of muddy pixel art in a way, because I wasn't just, I was used to doing full-on paintings and illustrations, so when you would take that down to pixel art, it wouldn't always translate as sharply. But she's just always had like a way of just getting in there and knowing how that pixel art is going to
See you soon, Root. Hopefully you come back very quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Take care.
Yeah.
And then my favorite area on this site, I frequent site feedback and GCD a lot. I do skim through Avatar Talk some, but not as much now that the favorites feature is out, because I feel like if you want to see like really sick avatars and just see like big collections and stuff, you can just go into those collections and favorites and just kind of like look at the top rated avatars really. And yeah, it's easier way to see all the good stuff.
So let me ask you, at the very beginning, like how involved were you in the
Chatterbox too? Yeah. What's up? I like that unhinged conversation sometimes. Wait, so what was the question?
How involved were you in the art production of Gaia, like when it very first started?
Oh my god, day one.
Day one, okay.
Yeah, so, I don't know how many of you guys have like heard the origin story of Gaia, but we were all out in a parking lot like skateboarding, and I was skating and the other guys were posing, and which is like falling down and making an idiot of yourself on a skateboard. But I've been skating for like 10 years up to then, so it was pretty good. Anyway, so we're out there and we're talking about it, and then somebody kind of like mentions the idea. We were playing Ragnarok Online at the time, which is Korean MMORPG, and we love that game. We were all really inspired by it, and we were also part of like these artist community forums and everything, like PHBB communities that were going on in the Bay Area for like artists to get together, like OCAD, Bay Area Artists Unite. I think we had one in South California as well.
Wow.
SoCalFU, I think they call that. I forget, but whatever the case, being part of all those artist community sites and playing Ragnarok really heavily, it was kind of a chocolate and a peanut butter moment when we said, like, what if we took the RPG of Ragnarok Online and tried to put it on these artist community forums, right? And I think in a lot of ways, we just wanted to make a cool place for ourselves, because we were like really addicted to this game, and we were like, could we do that? Like put these characters on this forum? And I think like we got really excited about it, ran home, like stayed up all night writing down ideas about like what we could do on what would soon become Gaia. And the next days, like Lancer just stopped playing Ragnarok and started coding, and we all got inspired by his dedication, and we started drawing and stuff. And we have some of the original like sketches and stuff. They're just like all these like weird like Olympian style, like Greek architecture, and just like old like RPG kind of islands and stuff. Very Ragnarok inspired, old European stuff. Yeah, but it was pretty instant the moment we were all on the art team. That was like me, Saka, Vo, and CP. So we had 4 artists, 1 programmer. Unfortunately, I'm sure Narumi can feel Lancer's pain.
Yep.
Being the sole programmer on a team that has too many artists. Yeah, not enough devs. It's a story of your life, right?
Story of my life, yep.
He's like...
All right, so let's read this next question. This one's interesting. So what item around you will you use to defend yourself?
Oh, like in my immediate possession or at home? Or
I don't know.
Oh, like if it had to be something here, I don't know. Like the lamp poles look pretty good.
Then also between you and Lancer, who would win in a fight?
Oh, Jesus. That's a great question. I've definitely got like the berserker angle, and I think I have a little more body mass than he does, but I have no idea if he knows kung fu. He might actually know multiple martial arts. He's a very dedicated dude, and I will tell you, there was a time when he had a punching bag and that was his workout. So I've actually like seen him punching on this bag.
Well, wait, we're talking about the same Lancer, right?
Yeah, that was his workout, dude. He was doing punching bag workout.
What?
Yeah, and this was like way back in the day, so I don't know if he still does it or whatnot. But seeing him do that, I'll just put it to you this way: I've never done a punching bag workout, so he might actually have a way better punch than me. So I'm gonna go with Lancer, which is really stupid because I'm saying, I'm talking down on myself. I'm like, I don't think I can take him because he's just too mysterious.
So I got to see this. So can you demonstrate off to your right, like how does he punch? Like,
how does Lancer punch?
How does Lancer punch? Yeah, demonstrate that off to your right.
God, I don't know, man. Like it was like.
No, you got to turn the other way. Turn the other way. Yeah, come back. I'm gonna put you right there. All right, right there. Demonstrate how he punches.
Okay, so Lancer punching. Maybe it was something like, he had one arm out and then one arm tucked, and then there was like, like that kind of stuff going on. Like.
Yeah, keep it going.
Wait, no, this is too mysterious. I get this feeling that you guys, like, have you ever seen Karate Kid? Like the Cobra Kai scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
All right. Next question. Wait. Let's catch up on the chat here. Do we have any questions that we missed in here? Producer is an amazing person. Yes. Any other questions from the live chat before I pull up another one from the thread?
I'd use that pancake pillow. Yeah, Lancer can punch, man. I was telling you.
One regret. What's one regret you have?
A regret I have. Jeez. Man, I don't know. I guess I kind of regret getting this cat I got named Scuzz. He's a giant black cat. He's like a huge pain in the ass. We lost him one time, and then we opened up the fridge, and he jumped out. He's tried to jump into the oven when we've been cooking like a chicken in there or something, and you open it up to check on the food, and the cat tried to jump in at like 400 degrees or something. Yeah, he's a huge pain in the ass. He wakes me up at like 3 a.m. every night because he just wants food, He's sick.
So now, tell me, have you met Waffles, the cat?
I have,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy?
Yeah, that's a legit cat, And Waffles, he's obedient. He does his thing, He's working on like a island time, He's very chill. He's cool. I like that cat.
So if you guys don't know who Waffles is Lancer's cat. He's famous. He's actually been in an actual movie. And he has his own Facebook page with more followers than I think any of us combined.
It's like, I want that black cat now. Oh, man, you can have him. His name is Scuzz. He's a bastard. Yeah, Waffles is a big deal. I think he launched on Gaia in a way, his career. But now he's like kind of a thing, There's like, I think there's like 8 powerful cats that rule the internet. And he's like part of that network. The Illuminati of the cats. Cat Illuminati. He's famous, right? I mean, he's big.
Like
they fly him around to like different shows and stuff.
No joke. Waffles actually has a manager, like an actual like appearance manager.
He does gigs like for commercials, like Friskies. Like I've seen a commercial with him in it. It's really stupid. Is it? I don't think. I mean, Waffles. He did a pretty good job and all, but I mean, what is a cat supposed to do? They just.
All right, sorry, Alyssa. But yeah, do eat, and then feel free to join us right after you're done.
All righty, see you in a bit. The Waffles announcement.
All right, so let's get to the next question from the thread.
Yeah.
So it says, will there, okay, I'm going to fill in the word that probably should be there. Will there be advancement on the plot involving the fabulous Alexa, the mysterious Musso, and that whole shebang? Or is it on the back burner?
Oh, the mysterious note.
The mysterious note is burning a hole of curiosity in my inventory.
Oh, man. Yeah. Hey, Slick. Yeah, so with the whole Alexa, Moto IQ plot, so right now it's definitely on hold, because Lancer has like switched me off to a bunch of other stuff. But I absolutely want to finish it up. Like, we had some really wild ideas on that, like how to wrap that up. And I had a lot of other staff members involved, like playing like some of the other characters. So it's absolutely like something I think we want to do. We were trying to kind of take things back to the old school a little bit, like the old Zerg stuff, right? Yeah. Where you're getting a lot of user involvement, you're getting a lot of employee involvement, so it's not just kind of like one storyline that we would release through the manga or a few announcements, but it's kind of this thing where everybody could get in on the plot.
So if you guys don't know what happened in the Zerg event, check out the last video, the interview with CP. He goes into great detail about what happened in that event and sort of the planning of that.
The water meets.
So okay, so let's go to the next question. Oh wait, let's check the live chat right quick. Let's see. Anything in live chat?
Whoa,
no, what is that?
They're all still loving on waffles.
Moto IQ love.
Oh yeah, Moto.
All right, guys, if you do have a question, be sure to post it, and then our producer will grab it and give it to us on the screen. All right, so Zozo the Stray says, L0cke, which was your favorite Halloween event you've been involved with so far?
Oh man, this one. I mean, I liked. Zurg was a Halloween event, I think originally, or actually was it? Did they launch on April Fools? Man, I know that they lapped into Halloween on some of them, but yeah, I like the original zombie shotgun event, man. I was telling Narumi in one of our other videos that we were doing here when the question came up that it was just one of my favorites because we just had all these people holding up in the threads with the shotguns and zombie players pouring in trying to bite them and people getting converted, and it was so raw, man. I want to do that event again sometime, maybe not zombies and shotguns again, but like something like that where it was just like user against user, and everybody's just like on the forums fighting for their life, I thought that was really beautiful. It was
that actually brings up an interesting question.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to see like a throwback event where like, oh, hey, Maria! Very well done!
Oh Maria Lee!
Maria, yeah. Kicking butt. Would you guys want to see a throwback event? So basically, I don't know how we exactly would do it. Maybe we put out a poll or something and say, for this holiday, we'll bring back this event for a short period of time.
Oh, man.
Would you guys be interested in that? Let us know. Let us know. Give us the feedback.
Shelby Miller's like, yes. Throwback event. Yes, please. Oh, God, yes. Well, that looks pretty positive response. Mm-hmm. And there you go.
There we go.
Now you just got to dig up all that code.
I know, right?
Ain't nothing but a few weeks of work.
Well, if it's a perfect throwback, we just turn it on again.
Well, yeah. But
maybe we have to wipe the database, so it's starting fresh. But otherwise, should just be turning it on again. All right. So Root Tree, did Sentinel keep her powers from when Nyx gave them back to her? Did you vote for Diedrich?
Ooh.
So these are two separate questions. So did Sentinel keep her powers from when Nyx gave them back to her?
I'm actually not sure on that. I read that bit of the manga, but I was not involved in the writing or drawing side of that. So my guess is as good as yours on that one. From what I estimate, it seemed like Overseer was the one who really kind of got all the power in a way. And it looked like Sen was sort of, like something definitely happened to her at the wrap-up, but I couldn't really tell, she was restored or partially or completely. Diedrich, I did vote for. Yes, I don't want that damn garbage can. I'm a huge Diedrich fan. If you've seen my short film that I did for our Easter.
Our Easter event, yeah. So if you check out the Gaia Online YouTube channel, the video is still up there. You can see the special video that L0cke made.
Yeah, I'm a huge Diedrich fan, man. I modeled them up and made him lay an egg or two, or 20, or 200. I don't know. All I know is his hips broke.
I don't know what was happening. When I first saw that video, I was like, wait, L0cke, what's happening here?
I was kind of offending myself when I started watching it on the first playback. I'm like, wait, no, oh, God.
But is that the effect you were going for, though?
I think so.
Were you going for that kind of shock value?
There was... it was like an obscure why kind of thing going on. Maybe not shock, but why, for sure. I definitely wanted people to ask the question, why? Why did you do this? What? You shouldn't have made this. Kind of more of an abomination, not necessarily shock, right?
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, let's see what's happening here. Oh, Carly Twilight Mist. What is your favorite thing about Gaia?
Honestly, I think just the community. I like the items a lot because there's items that, I thought about 5 years ago or so, we had taken items as far as they could go, where it was just I've seen everything there could be to see. And when Lanzer, myself, and CP had taken a hiatus from Gaia, when we bailed when the CO was doing his thing, so we bailed out, and when we came back in, the first thing I did was I went into the item database and I started looking at all the items, and I was like,
shock, right?
Oh my God, these are so good. What the hell? They changed the style a little bit.
Yeah.
It got a little flatter and more cell style and shaded and stuff, but the detail kind of went through the roof. And then all the arm mods and the leg mods and the poses and stuff, I was just like, yo, this is awesome. Like, I fell in love with all the new items. I'm just like floored by the creativity of the artists. And then on top of that, the community was getting involved with all the custom tickets and stuff, you know? So that was just crazy. And then I had to catch up on all the forums and everything and read all the, you know, feedback from the users. And I realized how much I like missed, like, kind of having that community there to just kind of talk with. And then a bunch of you all like started sending me like PMs and you're like, yo, welcome back. How's it going? What did you do? Oh, and all that, you know? So I ended up like chatting with a bunch of people like that. And then when I started off all those events, I started playing as a bunch of those characters, and I'm answering like hundreds of emails like in character, you know, or PMs, you know, in the inboxes of all the NPCs. So it was a lot of fun. I just love the community because I don't know if you guys remember when you guys were doing the applications for New Gen and the corporation, and they were taking like submissions and everything, you know, for what do you call it? Resumes, right? And people were sending in the sickest resumes. They were like comedy, like genius. Like some of these, I was just like reading them to like everybody in the office. Like, you guys gotta read this. This is insane. Oh my god, they're so good. Like I was losing it, man. So I mean, I gotta say, you know, probably like in the long run, I gotta go with the community. It's just so fun and everything. But the items are definitely a close second. Those are my two favorite things about Gaia for sure.
Okay, very good. All right, so. What is this?
Oh boy, that's a grunny.
That's a grunny. What is a grunny?
What is a grunny doing? A grunny is a green zombie bunny.
Green zombie bunny.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with the name grunny for it?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just, you know, it's like it sounds, you know. Yeah. They're a lot of fun though. I mean, we've definitely had a lot of events with them where you know they've run rampant. They bit everyone. We had grunny zombies. Grunnies, I think their juices have been distilled. You know, LabTech X was heavily involved with all the Grunnies. You know, and he's one of like the all-time favorite characters of the staff, and I think the community as well. Grunnies, yeah, they don't really get in the plot much these days aside from Diedrich, huh? He's like the lead.
That's true. Well, technically, Diedrich is not a Grunny.
Yeah, I suppose
technically.
Yeah.
I mean, he only looks, you know, exactly like one, and he even has the same color eyes.
Yeah.
But technically, he's supposed to be. I don't know what he was supposed to be.
Yeah, I do miss these little bastards, though. I mean, if we were going to do a throwback event, the Grunny event was a really fun one as well, where you had to catch them all and get them in the container. There was that other one where you could become like a level 3 Gromby. That was the zombie Grunny, right? You had the mix. And yeah, it was just different levels of disgusting, and it was fun. That event was hard, actually. Yeah. Back in the day, like the new events, like you guys can probably get a lot of the items in a new event, right?
The new events are much simpler.
Yeah, but back in the day, they were hardcore. Like we'd leave them up for maybe like 48 hours sometimes, and like people who got the ultimate item at the end of the event were people who were like maybe slept 2 hours. Like I mean, it was brutal. Like Lancer, you know. Yeah, he was hardcore, man. He came out door, you know. So don't blame me. He said all those numbers, but yeah, I mean that was crazy stuff. Yeah, Guy used to be way more hardcore, man. Oh, getting that grunny view.
Ashley says, "Do another grunny event." I will. Sounds like we might. All right. So from the live chat, Allison, he said, "Please tell us who is Diedrich really." Because there is a conspiracy, of course, that after because Diedrich appeared literally like within like 48 hours of Gambino dying.
I've read these theories.
And of course, you can reread Diedrich's name as died rich.
Yeah,
and he did come out of the urn that Gambino was in.
Sure, I mean, if you want to get into the origins and you know the semantics, I think we'd have to track down Dave Thorpe. Dave Thorpe is the original writer at that time.
He did not come up with the idea, though, for that. Oh, yeah. I was actually in on the ground floor with an artist known as Gen Z. Back when this was, like, all forming. There was a little bit of talk before that, but we actually executed on the event where he appeared. Yeah.
So Gen Z knows the truth.
Gen Z knows the truth.
Okay.
So we'll have to ask Gen Z.
Gen Z is over at Supergiant Games right now.
You want to explain like who Gen Z was here at Gaia?
Oh yeah, she was one of our original kind of like lead artists. So we brought her on kind of like as a lead artist for ZOMG, and she was working on a lot of the illustrations and design work for that game. And she actually went on to just. She was so capable on all that stuff that we had thrown her on that really kind of when ZOMG started like wrapping up, we put her kind of like to head a bunch of the projects on the art team, events, monetization. So she was kind of like on some of the sponsorships and all that. And then eventually she had a offer she couldn't refuse from a little company called Supergiant to work on a game called Bastion. So she came on the Bastion, I think, as the only or the first artist.
It was the first.
Yeah. So she. Really quickly developed out that whole world, and the game ended up being a huge hit. After Bastion, succeeded and did really well for that studio, they went on to make Transistor, and now they have their new game. What is it called? It's got like those crazy big bird creatures, and it's like more of an RPG storyline. I got to see it at PAX, and it was really, really beautiful, of course.
So yeah, so if you guys remember back then, like if you, because I know that was something I noticed because I knew, but the art style that was happening back in Gaia Line when she was here versus when Bastion came out, you'll see they look identical. It's because it was her doing the art and stuff. And you can still see that. I mean, you still...
Yep. Yeah. And on top of that, little known fact is Kirby UFO, who also handled like a lot of our effects and special effects and stuff like that. So if you liked all the special effects like in Monster Galaxy and like some of those games, Heralds of Chaos... I don't know if any of you guys got to play Hordes and Nords, because it wasn't officially released, but some of the testers may have got to play it. So Kirby UFO was in charge of all those effects, and he actually followed Gen Z over to Supergiant. So that's why all the effects in Bastion and actually no, I think he came on in Transistor time. So if you look at like all the effects from Transistor forward,
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that actually.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah, they're both super happy. I got to meet them at a convention probably, I want to say about 5 months ago. We all met up at PAX. And they were just like super happy. They're really enjoying their careers, and having a great time, making video games and everything.
Oh, that's good. All right, so from live chat, from Natalia, what do you look forward to for the future of Gaia?
Oh, good question. So I'm actually like working on some of that stuff right now. That's why Lanzer kind of pulled me off like the events and stuff. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about, but I will say I'm super excited for it. We're kind of like pushing back to some of like the ideas that really kind of birthed Gaia in the first place. And I think, when you like look at the idea of Gaia as like taking like this big like RPG game and taking like a forum and then kind of mashing those together and seeing what happens. We're kind of doing some of that again, and I would love to talk to you guys about it, but it's going to be awesome. We got a few of our devs on it right now, and I'm in charge of kind of like imaginating all of it. So I'm in there like sketching everything, making like animatics, like doing all kinds of like insane layouts and all that. The only clue I can give you is it will be on mobile. So on your phones. Yeah.
So the secrets continue, guys. The secrets continue.
I'm sorry.
You gotta stay tuned.
Was I supposed to spill some beans here? I don't know.
All right, so what do we have here? Oh, another live question from Yuno. Can you make a solo RPG game for Gaia?
Oh, I would kind of like to, but I mean, you could look at like Lake Kindred as a little bit of that. It's kind of answering, or at least meeting some of that. I know that Narumi and I, when I first got back, we did a quick mock for a forum battle system.
Yep.
So basically, this would be a thing where you're posting on the forums, and a monster posts on the forums, and you deliver attacks to it along with everybody else in that forum, and it delivers attacks back to you guys, and it drops loot out in the forums, and you actually like loot them. And so we kind of wanted to actually take like the landscape of the forums and turn that more into kind of like an adventure area.
Yeah.
Now, while that sounds really fun and everything, it's obviously not going to work in a form like life issues or maybe a political discussion or something like that, right? Or, I mean, where it'll work great in Chatterbox. But
fantastic in Chatterbox.
Yeah, exactly. So that was one of the reasons why I think we didn't really want to go super full steam ahead with that concept and just kind of implement it site-wide. But there's a very good chance that, if Narumi finds some time to jump back on it, that we can possibly give you guys a glimpse of some of that gameplay. And, I wouldn't call that a single-player RPG. It was definitely an RPG.
It was definitely an RPG. It was definitely different. Like it was a re-envisioning of how the forums could be and how gameplay could be.
A lot of multiplayer stuff. Yeah. Like if you guys have ever seen the old mobile game Final Fantasy All the Bravest, where you kind of have like a million characters on one side, they're all like mobbing like a bunch of monsters. It kind of was pretty similar to that, except you guys would be controlling each character individually as yourselves. Yep. Yeah. So it was good stuff.
So I wanted to answer a question that I thought came up in the chat somewhere here. Asking about the
waffles with the frisky. Okay.
You're not supposed to say that part. That's for you only. Your eyes only.
I love it.
But I want to answer a question. Someone asked about how to get the GC, and I assume you're talking about the rebate that we're doing. So just go to GaiaOnline.com/GoLuckyLive. Scroll down to the bottom. There's a button there that'll say redeem. You click that. You just enter the information that's there. You'll need your transaction number. And when you enter that in, that's pretty much all you need to do. So, it's your PayPal transaction number, just to clarify. So make sure you enter your PayPal transaction number in there. You also need to enter the name you entered for your order and the email address that you entered for your order. And that's it. We'll handle the rest from there. All right, so next question from Bumble Beetle. Locke, would you be in a Friskies commercial if offered? Can we just interview Waffles instead?
So you basically want me and Waffles to have like one of those summer Switch type movies where the lightning hits the water and our spirits get interchanged? Is that what? I don't know. I don't know, man. I guess I would do a Friskies commercial. I mean, it's. I don't think I would be the greatest spokesperson. There is that one commercial recently. I don't know if it's Friskies or Sheba. It's one of the cat food commercials where you see the kind of like this couple and they're getting really romantic and they're about to get it on or whatever. And then the dude like looks over the girl's shoulder and he sees the cat staring at him and the cat's just like giving him these eyes. And then suddenly the dude just breaks off for the girl. He goes over and feeds the cat this delicious food and there's just like, like what? I would love to do that type of commercial where you're kind of doing some kind of comedy alongside a cat, maybe. But I don't think, like, if you were expecting me to, like, get on the floor on all fours and start eating Friskies out of a bowl, I don't know if I'm down for that. I mean, maybe. Could we have, like, some stunt Friskies where they replace it with, like, Taco Bell? Because I would do that.
Taco Bell. Friskies for humans.
Waffles collab.
All right. From...
Futaba. That's pretty good.
Bruja. How do you pronounce it? Bruja del Bloke.
Bruja. Or means like the witch.
Oh, Bruja.
Yeah.
Del Bloke. Okay. Locke.
You did the masquerade.
Yeah.
I did not do the masquerade.
Okay. What was... Oh, so you can't answer the next part. Who did do the masquerade? Do you remember?
I think it was Vo.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Vo was always... He was doing all the masquerade storyline and everything,
Okay. I see.
For items that I did create, I mean, I had a bunch of just like a lot of the military stuff. I did like SWAT outfits and like kind of like little army suits, because I was just wearing stuff or making stuff like that I wanted to wear but didn't have enough money to buy at the time. And probably still don't.